insanity. I've had a lot of time to do some testing on this. We have some videos going up. I got the time to put a lot of paint through this thing, really get this thing going, so I know, I guess you can say I built up a good opinion to it. This is the Etek 4 AM and LT. The reason why this is an AM is because Travis is the one who bought this. He was nice enough to let me borrow it, use it, and test it as time went on because he knows of the video that I want to do. Axe versus Etha versus Etek 4 versus Rail versus practically everything in the $500 price range. One more gun down, and I think we have like 2 or 3 more to go. So, this packaging, let's start off with the box, is great. Planet Eclipse packaging. Really, you can't get any better than that packaging. It is the best packaging that you can get. Cool little Eclipse logo. And then inside you have your gun. All the packaging stuff really isn't in here. You get Allen wrenches, lube, other stuff. But then you have all these spare parts. You have like this huge spare parts kit. You get all kinds of crap in here. I mean, if your Etek breaks, I mean, you have enough parts and seals and O-rings and crap in here to build you a whole entire new gun. Like, who needs the Etek when you can just build one off of this stuff? I mean, the spare parts kit that you get is amazing. I would be so surprised if you ever ran out of this stuff because honestly, it's a pop-it. Planet guns work anytime that you honestly ever need it. They work perfectly every time. You won't ever use everything in your spare part kit unless if you like take this and throw it in a river every day. And probably you still wouldn't use it use all the parts after that. You get lube, oil, their Planet oil. Allen wrench is not here, and you get this. You get the shaft bore. Get to that in a second. You get the nice full-colored manual. Everyone probably knows about this, but someplace in here, I think it's in the back, they have like all the O-ring sizes. It's full-colored. Real nice manual. It has all the O-ring sizes. I'm not gonna really get into that. That's a pretty cool spot. Now the shaft 4 barrel kit. If you're gonna buy this gun, okay, I'm gonna tell you, if you're gonna buy it, get a new shaft 4 back. This back is garbage. Planet, I don't know why you put this barrel back in there. I'll show you in a second. Don't call me retarded, but sometimes I get this wrong because that's reverse thread. Okay, and I'll tell you why. This bore back is so freaking big. It is useless, okay? Let me just show you. You could see around, like, it's going to be hard to show you guys, but this, I don't know if you can see that with the camera, but there is so much space. This is not even close to a tight bore. There is just so much space between you. I can probably see the camera through. Yeah, I can see like practically the camera through this. This whole, like, there's just so much space between this. It's so overboard. Okay, that's Marbleizer. That's standard paint. Every single ball is gonna roll through this barrel. Every single ball. The back is so big. Is it a 6.8? I don't know if it's like a 6.89 or a 6.90, but it is pretty big. It is pretty garbage. If you're gonna buy this or the Etha, what I recommend out of the box is just buy yourself either a barrel kit if you don't have one, maybe like a Deadly Winds barrel kit, Empire Super Freak, someplace along those lines. But if you don't have the money for all that, just buy like a 6.84 or a 6.85 shaft 4 barrel back. I'm pretty sure they have them. I'm pretty sure that they make them. I don't know if you can buy it separate. Go to your local pro shop. They can probably hook you up. That's the best place to go, is to the pro shop. Now, let's take the Etek out of the packaging. Let's put the barrel on. Reverse threading. Hold on. This reverse threads really throws me off every time. There we go. So, really, this gun has a lot of specs too. I'll go over here in a second. I'm just going to give you my first opinions when I held this thing. It is a bit heavy, but it's the AM. It's a little back heavy for me. The grip frame, wow. That grip frame is fat. Okay, I don't know how well you can see this, but I don't have my rail or I don't have my axe, but that grip frame compared to the FX, the axe, not the Etek, the FX, the axe or the rail, it's thicker. It's a lot bigger than any of those grip frames. It's just feels a bit bulky in the hands to me. That's like the biggest thing that I noticed is just that grip frame is just really big. The trigger's great. I think it's not as good as the axe trigger, but I like it. You're gonna hear me comparing it to like the axe and the axe and the rail and all that stuff. That's because I own the rail and I shoot the axe a lot. So, and I am always going to get those questions, what's better, the Etek or the axe or the rail or the FX or whatever. So you're going to hear me making, comments about those guns. So really, it points well. It feels really nice in the hands. You can really grip it. They did give you some good room so you can get your thumb and stuff in there. If you guys watched the rail review, that was one of my biggest gripes with it. Is if I really wanted a run and gun and I really wanted a good grip, I couldn't really get my thumb in there, but still, you can get your thumb in. I can get my thumb in there. Really good. It has a lot of space. Like I said, I really don't like the back grip frame. It feels fat and it just feels bulky to me. It doesn't feel as nice as some of the other guns. You get used to it after a while, but from going to like the best grip frame in the world using like the rail to this is just, it was so hard to get used to, and it was just the most bulkiest, biggest thing. I really cannot stand this grip. Just the grip frame in general, just how big and fat and bulky it is. It really doesn't feel that comfortable for me. The grips themselves, those are pretty comfortable. Those are nice. Like I said, I like the trigger. I like how the macro line goes straight out of the Oops ASA right in. It just goes, straight in, and there's no offset. So you have the fitting in the macro line going over here. So if you're switching between hands, some like the Etek 3 had that problem. Well, it wasn't really a problem back in the day, like 3 years ago. That was kind of common in most of the guns. I'm really, really glad that that's not there. So it makes it a lot sleeker. But other than from this to the Etek 3, has there been a ton of changes? Yeah, there's been some changes. I'll go over what's new and that kind of stuff. But I really like the Etek 3 still. But let's bring it in and let's do some. I'm gonna take it apart a little bit, show you what to lube, that kind of stuff, and give you some tips. So here's some of the things about the Etek 4 AM and the LT. So let's just get this barrel out of the way. So this has from the Etek 3, what this has is a new whole one-piece body. It's machined out to fit this the new SL3 reg, which is right here. Okay, that SL3 reg. This is the same reg that you will find on any Ego 11 or the CSL Ego 11 or your Geo 2.1. So this is an amazing reg. This basically dumbed down is just a Ego 11, just practically the little brother of the Ego 11. That's really all this is. It has a new integrated male FRM. Okay, so that's also new. Now this has the new Zinc 2 rammer kit in it. Let me just take that out so I can show you. This also has a cure bolt. You can put a cure 4 in there. I said, well, you don't really need to. Planet guns aren't really that notorious on chopping paint, but it has the cure bolt in there. And let me just get to the Zinc 2. It's newly designed. There wasn't, I guess there's a little bit of air left in it from shooting it. There wasn't really a whole problem with the last rammer, I guess you can say. But they kind of made it a little, I'll show you a little bit what's in there. What you have to do is just take your Allen wrench just to get it out, push it in there, and just enough to where you can grab it. Now you don't really want to lube this, let's just move this off to the side. You don't really want to lube this, I guess you would say. You want to oil it, okay? I'm not going to oil it because I don't know if Travis wants me to use any certain type of oil, anything like that. So, just oil it. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that hard to oil. Well, basically, what's redesigned about this is like this little back bumper back here. That's just gonna stop it from hitting the back. I guess I don't know exactly how this 100% works. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around what was wrong with it in the first place. But it backs in, and it just stops it just makes less recoil, I guess. Even though this gun still kicks. And in here, there's a polymethylene or whatever those O-rings are called inside of there. If that breaks, I'm pretty sure you have an extra one in your spare parts kit, so that's, you have enough to rebuild your whole entire gun. So this is how it's going to look on the inside of your gun. Pretty basic, nothing too special. That's how most things that's how most of it works. It has the defect offset feed, so basically instead of feeding down, it has like this little curve. I can't really show you on the inside, but it has like a little curve, so it's easier, or a lot less harder to chop paint. So this really is made to not break any paint. It has an adjustable LPR. Really not many people mess with that. I honestly don't. I wouldn't. There's no big reason why you're going to need to adjust your LPR. It's not that really big of a deal. The regulator, I'd have to say, is probably the coolest thing about it. You get the nice LED board, nice cool LED lights. They're really bright. They light up. I really don't know how to program this mode. Program this board. It's like impossible. I really don't want to. But the trigger, it's a 4-way adjustable trigger. So you can really, if you're playing semi like me, that's a big thing. That's a big selling point for me with this gun. If you're really playing semi, you can set this gun up to how you want. Okay? So that's a really big plus for me. Especially being a semi player. I play semi a lot, if you guys watch. So being able to set up this trigger, that's a big, big, big plus for me. I'm not really going to go and take apart the LPR or the reg, anything like that, because you're not really ever going to need to take apart your reg unless if you have problems or you're leaking. Maybe every 100 cases you can take apart your reg and maintenance it. You really don't want to maintenance it like after every day of play. It's just not worth it. And I'm just not going to go take this whole entire thing apart. Really, if you are having problems with it, what I would do is go watch Hustle Paintball's video on the maintenance video, because they are Planet Techs, and they rip this whole entire gun down all the way down to like the solenoid. They rip off the solenoid, I'm pretty sure, and they show you practically everything if you have any problem with your gun. So if you have any problem with your gun at all, just go watch that video, and they will go in depth on how to fix it. It's really, really helpful. I'm not a Planet Tech, so I'm not really going to tear this whole gun apart. It's really not worth it. You'll never need to, because this thing is so built up. It's so amazing. This gun is never going to break down on you. It's backed by Planet. It's an amazing gun. So what we're going to do now, since I showed you the Zinc 2 rammer and the cure bolt, and basically just brought the camera in a little bit just to show you some of the perks. It has really nice milling, really nice lines, really sharp. The Oops ASA, yes, you can put a pops on there. There's really no point. I wouldn't spend the money to get a pops unless if you honestly really want one, or if you already have one on one of your guns or something. Maybe you're, I don't know, using an autococker or something that you never used and you put it on there. I guess you can put it on there, but really there's no point. It's a little screw. It's not as good as the pops, but it works. It's not a bad ASA at all. I like it pretty good. So let's go take it out and shoot it. And what we're gonna do is I'm also gonna shoot it compared to the Planet, or not the, I'm gonna compare it to the Dangerous Power FX too. So enjoy the shooting video. Alright, so if you guys do or do not know, the Etek's pretty loud. So I'm gonna take a few safety precautions. Screw my mask. Just gotta put some of this stuff on so I can't hear, so I don't go deaf when I'm shooting this thing. Alright? Wow, that thing is loud. Holy crap, it sounds like a jackhammer. Okay, this thing sounds like I'm driving by a construction site. I'm pretty sure Stick to Drum was the one who said that it sounds like it's a jackhammer being used. I mean, it really sounds like, there's like a frickin' tractor going through the woods. Yeah, that's pretty loud. Holy crap. these things don't do much. Alright, even with my ear protection, I think I'm still deaf. Yeah, I don't think that really did much. But, yeah. So that's the Etek shooting. So I have the Dangerous Power FX and the Etek 4 right here. I guess you can say this is one of the loudest other guns in the $500 price range, but we're going to compare the sound signature. So the Etek I think is louder. I can tell by far. Well, not really by far, but it's louder. So yeah, for sure the Etek I think it's a bit louder. This thing is so I guess I'd have to say it's the most loudest gun in the $500 price range. This was the loudest until I think now. So hope that shows you guys a little bit. Alright, so all in all, I like the Etek 4, but first, is it better than the Axe, the Etha, the Rail, the FX? I'm not going to say it in this video, okay? I'm not going to tell you my thoughts about that. Really? My thoughts, if you're really looking on buying an Etek 4, let me just stop you there. Before you buy an Etek 4, what you should really do is go search the forums, okay? Because I saw an Etek 3 AM with a OLED board in it, okay? It had a Cure 4, it had the Zinc 2, it had the Pops ASA, it had a different, well actually I think it had the stock reg, and it had the Shaft 4 or Shaft 3, I can't remember, and it had all these different barrel backs. This thing was fully loaded. It had all kinds of different stuff for the LPR. This thing was just fully loaded. It came with 3 different triggers, okay, and it had this awesome anodizing on it. It was a custom anode gun. It was pretty sexy for like $280 to. He was asking $300, but he settled on $280. What in the world? That is an amazing price. If you can find an Etek 3 for that price, I'd buy it over the Etek 4 brand new, because you can find these fully upped Etek 3s that are practically the exact same as this, okay? I'm just going to be completely honest with you. You can put a Cure 4, a Pops, add all this extra stuff on an Etek 3, and I think it's better. I just like it more. But if you can't find it, I don't know how many there is on the internet right now. Maybe mine was just a fluke, but I've seen some really good deals on Etek 3s. That is my first recommendation. If you're in the market for an Etek or a Planet gun, go search the forums, because I found some really good, cheap, inexpensive stuff that works. They had shooting videos. Watch my last week's video on how to sell your gear, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's seriously, there's some awesome deals. But would I recommend this gun? Yes, I would recommend this gun to practically anyone that if you really want this gun. Do I hate it? No, I love it. It shoots good. There's a little bit of kick to it. It's practically an ego, and it's loud as hell. Okay, this thing is so freaking loud. If you're playing speedball, doesn't really matter. If you're playing woods ball, or you're playing a combo of speedball and woods ball, would I buy it over the Axe, which is a lot quieter and smoother and more comfortable? That's just up to you. But if you're really if this gets really good efficiency, I shot 2 Pinocchios through it. I had it at 3,000 psi. It wasn't even at 25 yet, so I didn't even want to do an efficiency test on this gun, because it was going to take up so much paint. It just cost me so much money to do it. I don't have the money right now from all the practices and everything that we've been doing. Sorry about that. No efficiency test, but there's probably one out there someplace. I really like the specs that this thing has. This thing does come fully loaded. It's great. It's practically an Eagle 11, just a little bit below that. It just doesn't come with the Pops, the Cure 4. That's practically it, I guess you can say. So would I buy it? Yeah, I would buy it. It's good. It's a good shooter. But like I said, am I going to say that if it's better than the Axe or the Rail or the Crossover or anything like that? Nah, I'm going to wait for that video to come out. I know you guys have been waiting patiently. Don't worry, it's coming. One more gun down, few more to go. But yeah, don't hesitate to pick this up if you're in the market and you're really looking for it. If you don't care about a gun being loud, go for it. You might be deaf after shooting this after like 3 times, but other than that, it's a great gun. Wouldn't hesitate to buy it. Hope this guys helps you out. Any comments, questions, any questions about this or any other guns or videos, leave it down. Thanks for watching our upload frenzy. This is going to be the last video. We're returning back to uploads on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays for like reviews, that kind of stuff. Tell us what you want to see in the next further videos. Help us out. I'm kind of running out of ideas, I guess you can say. I still have a few more videos planned, but I want to know what you guys want to see as fans and subscribers. So I really hope this guys helps you out on your purchase, or you know, whatever or just your research, I guess you can say. Etek 4, LT and AM, don't hesitate. Thanks for watching. Team Insanity.